Wake up, America. Wake up, world. Wake up, every single neighborhood in the hood. Wake up, you city people. It's time to get up and get their shaking and baking and moving around. It's the best part of the day. Y'all know how it goes down. Welcome to Coffee and Donuts for Grown-Ups. This is the Mick freaking Masters of Ceremonies. Crush the legend. Yoda Watch Crush, the Jedi Master. Wait for everybody to come on up in here, man. So hopefully when you come in respectfully. You know what it is. If you here on a normal basis, you already know what to do. Come on in, sit on down, get your coffee, get your donut, and then you roll out. But enjoy yourself, be respectful, and clean up after yourself while you're in here. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see what's going on in a minute, man. And salute to everyone. That's been, giving this show some praise. Some good some positive views on it. And I appreciate it from everyone that's liking this show. All right? And for everyone who comes around to like this show. Salute to them too. But I don't know. I'm waiting for y'all people to come in, Like I was warned, they be messing with the algorithm a little bit. Don't be messing with nobody's making freaking algorithm. Let them be them, man. But I gotta wait for the people to get up in here. Um, Ain't nobody been in here yet, and I've been here for 2.5 making freaking minutes. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't nobody up in here, so I'm gonna let this thing roll. And then if I don't see nobody up in here, I'm turning this thing off. Like my girls say, I ain't gonna sit here and talk to myself. I need someone to talk to. You know? But where's everybody, Where's everybody? Yeah, let's get it. But anyways, let me just say this before any of y'all, if anybody come up in here, cause I will shut this sucker down and get back at it a later time when your people wake up. Where's my people at? Where's the people? This is for my peoples. What y'all know about that? Y'all don't know nothing about that. This is for my peoples, But where are the people? Where are the people? We had 3 minutes. Ain't nobody get up in here. Yeah, I'm about to shut this thing down. About to shut this thing diggity down. Normally people come up in here, so messing with the algorithm and things like that. See, what I could have did was pre-recorded this thing and loaded it up. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, let me try something else. Let me see. 95007. Y'all know what? I'm about to shut this thing down. I've been here for 4 minutes. Ain't nobody up in here. Boom. Where y'all at this morning? Oh, finally somebody came in here to be in here for 4.5 minutes. Grand rising to you. Salute to you. I don't know what's going on with the notifications, but whoever you are, thanks for coming through. If it's first time coming through or you one of my shadow supporters, what's up to you? Okay, get up on out of here. Here we go. Alrighty now. Here we go. It won't be no coffee and donuts today. That's what I'm about to put out. Okay, that's what the hell is about to go on here. That's what's about to go on here. I can't sit up here and do this cook And, ain't nobody here to cook with. Salute to you. Who are you? Let me know where you're coming from and who you are. Salute to you. Thank you for the like. Want to get things started, but it ain't enough people in here. You know what I mean? But hey, I really appreciate the one person giving me the one like. It's the best way to wake up in the morning. The best morning show on YouTube is Coffee and Donuts for Grown-Ups. Is this your first time in here? Don't make it your last time. There's the first BC. I've been rolling for 5 minutes, bro, and you the first one that came in here. They playing games this morning. Maybe I did a little too much yesterday, BC. Maybe I'm doing a little too much. Because normally it don't take no 5 minutes for nobody to come up in here and get this morning serving and go about their day. I see they hating. That means Crush must be doing something. Normal day at the office, BC. I know you just waking up, but you know how they play around and you get the notifications late. And like I said, it's 6 minutes in. I'm normally by 6 minutes, it's normally about 20 people in here already. So, you know what I mean? They playing around with the algorithm. You say you beat the day? Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. It's just kind of strange because I was about to shut this ish down. You know what I mean? I was going to shut it down. But shout out to my man, Cam J Network. Shout out to Cam J Network. And shout out to everyone. But shout out to Cam J Network. Cam J sent me a nice little message yesterday, and I really appreciate him. I appreciate y'all, you guys. I've been appreciate y'all since TWT. But Cam J sent me an audio message yesterday, man, and it really put me in a real good mood. I'm always in a good mood, and it really gave me an extra push. You see what I'm saying? Say, hey, man, listen, people like your show. A lot of people starting to come through there, which is true. He said, they messing with my algorithm a little bit because I'm so damn raw. You know what I mean? But they be pushing my show. So he just said, keep on pushing it. So, hey, man, I love it. Polo, what's going on, Polo? Grand Rising to you, sis. How you doing, Polo, in the building? Ain't nothing, getting off to the late start. The notifications just came on. It ain't none of y'all's fault because it's been kind of slow this morning. You know what I mean? Yeah, hit the like button, How's everything going with y'all at? Hey, I'll tell you one thing before we get into today's dialogue, because we're going to be talking some throwback fights this morning. We're going to be talking throwback fights, and today's fighters just ain't it. Just ain't it. You ain't it if you ain't got it. If you ain't got it, you ain't it. And that's what's going on in today's boxing, since they like to do so much comparing to yesterday. So I'm getting kind of bored with talking about what's going on in boxing currently. It becomes boring at times. So I gotta, throw back. When you think about, someone that used to be special in your life, and that was a good girl, man. I remember when I used to date this girl, she was so that's how I feel this morning about boxing. You understand what I'm saying? Because, it ain't June or July yet. Yeah, I mean, so, I'm dealing with this situation. I need June to get here. I know May is coming up and the month of May is loaded. But the month of May is just the appetizer for me. It's just a side dish until June come. Because, when June come, it's going down over in New York City. It's going down over in New York City with Gerard Ennis and Xander Zayas. Still a little too long for the Crush, man. I'm itching. I'm fiending. I'm like the microphone fiend. I'm like Rakim. I need to see this fight ASAP. But you know what? You got to keep your cool and you can't let them see you drool. You see what I'm saying? You got to keep your cool and you can't let them see you drool. There's my favorite morning show. I don't give a damn what I say about my show. Alright? You supposed to like your ish. But I also have favorites. And C-Man, ain't seeing enough of you. When I'm done, I don't see you, C-Man. What's going on? Smash the like button. I ain't seen my man C-Man in a minute. I like to go over to the no duck zone when I'm done here. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man C-Man. That's my brother right there, man. And we gonna be running into each other this year. I'm getting to New York this year. Tired of playing around. Oh yeah, I got you, C-Man. Cool. You said you was gonna be getting your grind on, so you know I'm doing this for you too. Shit, and turn this into Coffee and Donuts / No Duck Zone and out of my man C-Man. So while you working, C-Man, I'ma hold you down in the morning. You know, I'ma try to be as smooth as you. I'ma try to be as smooth as you, C-Man. But you know, you that guy. You know, you the smooth dude. They like me rugged and raw. You know, all belligerent. Out of all that's dub, right side saying all this other stuff. But man, since y'all in here, I'm gonna get to talking a little bit, okay? If y'all mind. But listen, I want to start. Listen, I need to talk about some throwback fights. And hopefully some of y'all know about these fights. I won't go too damn old, okay? With my old behind, you know? But I want to talk some throwback fight because, like I simply just said, we're not getting enough. We're just getting a little something. We getting a little tease. We getting a little lap dance, but we ain't getting a whole shebanger bang. I need that upper room special. You know what I mean? I need to see them get it down for the crown. You gonna be live Thursday? I'll be there, my brother. I'll be there, my brother, and I'm gonna make sure Thursday that I just do 1 hour. So if you're gonna be on Thursday, they only getting 60 minutes, and I'm sticking in it. So Thursday, they just getting 60 minutes. And I appreciate the times they had me roll over. But if you're gonna come on Thursday, bro, I'm doing my show for 1 hour. So this Thursday, listen, y'all in here right now, this Thursday, Crush will only be doing a 60-minute flat show because my brother C-Man is off Thursday and he doing Throwback Thursday, so we only doing a damn hour. You understand what I'm saying? Matter of fact, everybody this Thursday, go over to C-Man Ruffin. I'm going to be over there with him, and we gonna do Throwback Thursdays in a Coffee and Donuts on my brother channel. Would y'all like that? And y'all better bring y'all behinds over there too. Y'all hear me? Everybody, this Thursday, Clarence McClain would be on. So we haven't seen no bro on for a minute because he's working 2 jobs. So Thursday, my bro is coming on. So you know what? I'm going on his channel Thursday. So I'll be over there. I'm going to be on No Duck Zone this Thursday for Coffee and Donuts for grown-ups because we ain't seen my brother in a while. And you know, I try to split my times with him and stuff like that because I like to do my thing. And when it's time for my brother to come on, I do not want to still be rolling. That's just how I get down. That's just how I get down. Doesn't mean that anybody else is doing it out of, you know, out of some bull-ish, but nah, it's enough for everybody. So this Thursday, I'm going over C-Man Ruffin. We ain't see our bro in a couple of weeks, and we need to see and hear our bro with that gentleman-like morning approach. He bring you that easy like Sunday morning. So this Thursday, I will be over there when C-Man Ruffin come on. I'll make sure I put up a post Thursday to say, hey, no coffee and donuts for grown-ups. We're going over to the No Duck Zone podcast, my brother, Clarence McClain. So if you F with me and you F with C-Man, you have your behinds this Thursday over there at the No Duck Zone podcast, or y'all really gonna have to be doing some serious ducking if y'all don't show up 7:30. So you know what? I'm gonna do that 1 hour and I'm out of there. I'm gonna do that flat hour. I'm saying I'm gonna do a flat hour on Thursday, so we gonna go right over there. So C-Man is coming on at 7:30, so I'm gonna do an hour flat. Don't try to do no slick stuff and have me, you know, overtime and all that. No, not doing no overtime this week. Thursday, 1 damn hour, 7:30, be going over to C-Man Ruffin. Marky Dan in the building. This is my guy. Yo, Marky Dan is my dude. You know, listen, you can say what you want. We like being wild. We like being the way that we are. because we men out here, man. We men out here. Now I want to get to talk about some throwback fights because I'm sick of what's going on today. You know what I mean? So let's just get the show started. Falling as you come in. Get in where you fit in, as they say. Y'all know the routine, but I want to talk about some throwback fights. So, couple days ago, I seen a boxing clip, right? And it made me go back and watch this fight. So I don't know if any of y'all ever seen this fight, but one throwback fight I'm talking about first is Kevin Kelly. Y'all remember Kevin Kelly? New York's own Kevin Kelly. Kevin Kelly was nice with it. Yes, Kevin Kelly was nice with it. And the throwback fight that I'm talking about is Kevin Kelly versus Roy Jones, young prodigy, Derek the Smoke Gainer. Y'all remember Roy Jones' prodigy, Derek the Smoke Gainer, who looked like KC from Jodeci? Y'all remember him? I'm going to give y'all a couple seconds. Man, I just seen Bobby Shakur and Bazulani for last night. Cartoon levels of violence. Oh, yeah, they was bugging out. Smash the like button. Now, yeah, one throwback fight I'm talking about first is Derek the Smoke Gainer versus Kevin Kelly. That was a heck of a fight. And we know Kevin Kelly was nice with it, man. Kevin Kelly is probably one of the nicest guys down there in the small weights around, lightweight and, bantamweight and all that. But Derek Gainer, whose name may be familiar to some of you guys, Derek Gainer was Roy Jones' prodigy. I see a couple of y'all drop off, let's come back. That means you don't know nothing about Derek Gainer and Kevin Kelly. See, Throwback Tuesday, throw your behind right out the window if you're a little too wet beyond the air. But don't go nowhere, don't have no fear. This is how you learn. Oh, he's talking about two fighters I never heard of before. So if I mention two fighters that you never heard of before because you just started watching boxing, today is Throwback Tuesday. So what I'm doing, if I talk about some fighters that you don't know about, you better be taking it down. Go look it up. And then catch me later on and tell me how you like the fight. And that was a heck of a fight with Derek Smoke Gainer and Kevin Kelly. Yo, Cam, I just shout you out, and I really appreciate the audio that you sent me yesterday. I just told everybody how appreciative of I am you shooting me out, man, shouting me out, and how much you appreciate the show and the cook and you keeping a close eye on things for me, and I really appreciate you, man, from the rooter to the tutor. You know what I mean? So salute the Cam J Network. Oh, we got my brother Perro in the building. I'm talking throwback fights right now, all right? Talking throwback fights, and what the fight I'm talking about right now is Kevin Kelly and Derek the Smoke Gainer, Roy Jones, young prodigy. What you know about that, Cam? You remember that? How many of y'all do remember Derek Gainer? Huh? Yeah. If you don't know, you're going to learn this morning. It's okay. But let me know if you remember Derek Smoke Gainer. I know you remember C-Man Ruffin. That was a heck of a fight. It was a heck of a fight, man. Listen, these dudes, see, those throwback fights, those fights in the 90s and the all through the damn 90s, early 2000s, man, these guys was getting in the ring and they was getting at it. This when you could turn on boxing and don't matter who's getting in there one another, they going to get at it. How many total knockdowns it was in that fight until Kevin Kelly finished Derek Gainer off, man? Listen, I think off the top of my head, I think it was about 3 to 4 knockdowns in that fight. Kevin Kelly had that crazy fight with Prince Not Seen when they dropped each other 4 times. And I was going to go into that too, Marky Dan. That was going to be the next fight that I was going to speak of with Kevin Kelly. Because I think him and Derek Smoke Gainer had about the same amount of knockdowns until Kevin Kelly finally got Derek Gainer out of there. But listen, Derek Gainer was an up-and-coming young guy that looked like KC from Jodeci. And he looked quite promising. I think I don't know. I can't remember actually what happened with Derek Gainer, but Derek Gainer was a solid guy, and I think he was all right, and he probably could have been his career probably could have been a little better, but you know, things happen. I'm gonna have to look up what happened to Derek Gainer overall. But Derek Gainer was out there doing his thing, man. Derek Gainer got in there with the likes of Kevin Kelly and a few other heavy names back then, and he was good too. He damn sure was good, man. And you know, he called himself Smoke Gainer. You know, he's a little skinny dude. You know, with the buzz cut. Tell you, he looked like KC from Jodeci. Yeah, the Fresh and Flash lost the rematch. Yeah, and they fought twice. That was a heck of a fight, a heck of a sequence. If y'all want to watch good boxing, throwback fights, we're letting you know what it's sitting for. Go watch Derek Gainer and Kevin Kelly. And they got it down twice. Yes, they got it down twice, man. They went 1-1, I think. But yeah, Derek Gainer was nice, man. Derek Gainer was nice. And speaking of what the brother just said with Prince Nassim, who, man, I despise a whole lot. If it was someone in the sport of boxing that, you know, that was like a nemesis to me as being a fan of the sport, I did not like Prince Nassim, man. Yeah. But see, Dragon wasn't out back then, Piro. So the first thing that came to me, he kind of reminded me of KC from Jodeci. Now, see that when she drag on KC from Jodeci and goddamn Kevin Kelly, they all look like they could be related, especially when KC was thinner. KC looks a little different now since he gained that weight. You see what I'm saying? But man, Kevin Kelly was the ish. Kevin Kelly was niggity nice. What we talking about? The Flush and Flash was nice. Kevin Kelly, man, listen. Kevin Kelly was a heck of a champion, man. Listen, these dudes used to get in there and give you what you want. Anytime you sitting at home watching a fight and these guys is throwing from everywhere, you ducking. You ducking while they ducking. Shoot, you throwing while they throwing. That's how good of a fight it was. That's something we're not getting enough of in today's boxing. We're not getting enough entertainment. We're not being entertained fully. If you want us to conduct business, if you want our pockets, you got to give us the entertainment. Other than that, if you don't entertain, the dough will remain and sustain, locked down, and not going to you. This is what boxing was about. The 90s, you know, the early 2000s, you know, what if some of these lightweights and bantamweights was around today? What if Kevin Kelly was fighting today right now? How y'all think Kevin Kelly would fare out? How would he fare if he was fighting right now? If Kevin Kelly was fighting today, in the same weight class as he fought back then, you know, lightweight and all that, and at the same age as these guys, I think Kevin Kelly beat most of these dudes. Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up, Piro. Vacay. Hey, salute to you, Vacay. Thanks for coming through. Hey, Vacay. Yesterday, when you on Prize was on, and I appreciate you on Prize talking about my show. I really appreciate y'all. D3 in the building. Look, I really appreciate you guys when you speak about my content. I really do. So while you was talking, my folks was here because, you know, I'm moving in next month. So we still packing some stuff away. And my folks heard you talking, Vacay, and she said, oh my gosh, she has a nice sounding voice. I said, oh yeah, that's Vacay. I said, she got more than a nice sounding voice. That's what I told my folks, but I ain't telling what else you had nice. But she said, oh, she has a nice sounding voice. I said, yeah, Vacay got a speaking voice that'll marinate butter. Yes, salute to you, Vacay, with that. that voice that had my people in my house saying, she got a nice voice. Salute to VK with that easy like voice that every man would love to hear a whisper come out of, no matter what you whisper. But we ain't turning to that. We getting back to Throwback Tuesday. We talking throwback fights. You know what I mean, D3? They thought I was about to go there. No, we're not. We're sticking to the daggone business here. There ain't no freaky stuff and moonlighting going on this morning. It is Throwback Tuesday, so you can keep your hot draws cool, put them on cool down, okay? We're talking boxing today, okay? That's what we doing. I see them about to get it got doing started. D3. But yeah, man, Kevin Kelly would do real nice right now. Oh, I think Kevin. Oh, if I could see Kevin Kelly in Monster NUA. Woo! I would love to see Kevin Kelly in Monster NUA today. I would love to see Kevin Kelly in there against Mr. Gary Russell. Oh man, listen, man. Kevin Kelly would do good in today's boxing. I think most of those guys back then would do good in today's boxing. But yeah, we talking Throwback Tuesday. Like I said, they got it in twice. Something else that we're not getting enough from these current boxers. These guys don't like to run stuff back. That's another problem I have. That shows lack of competitive energy. It shows lack of wanting to challenge yourself, because why isn't it a lot of rematches? You know, it's not enough rematches going on, and some of these fights today deserve to be ran back, because we know it's some of the judges' fault, because the way they be judging things and just, you know, the way the fight turned out, but we're not getting enough of them. Yeah, shout out to Prize Fighter. That's my guy. That's my man. That's my man. Prize get to the dollar. That's my guy. Shout out to Prize Fighter, man. Salute to my STN brother. Salute to STN. We STN strong up in here. Kevin versus Shoo Shoo. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about, Puro. Oh, my gosh, Kevin Kelly versus Shoo Shoo, and Kevin Kelly going up against Espinoza would be fire, man. Like I said, and Kevin Kelly always gave us excitement. No matter who he got in the ring with, but when he got in there with that Mick and freaking Luigi looking now, god daggone Prince Nassim, who BVO used to talk big about. I couldn't stand Prince Nassim Hamed, and I had to redeem myself on betting, because when Kevin Kelly fought Prince Nassim, I wrote it for Kevin Kelly. I lost some Daffy War bucks on it, but then I asked the boxing guys, I said, I need a big payback like James Brown, and I don't need the record I don't need it on vinyl, and I don't need it on the dance floor. I need to get back at these jokers, because I'm upset about Prince Nassim got me out of my daggone pockets because he beat a fight that I bet against his ass on. And lo and behold, people, the boxing guys came down, and they my man Barrera, you know what I mean? Oh yes, Antonio Marco Barrera came to save the day. Another throwback fight. You want to talk about it? Let's get into it. Prince Nassim. Well, who was nice? I'm not gonna hold you. Ciroc in the building. Shalom, bro. He was nice. Prince Nassim was nice, but I didn't like him like that. I didn't like him like that, but I'm gonna give him his props. But I was like, man, somebody got to get this clown up out of here. He never fought Floyd Mayweather. He ain't want none of that smoke. He didn't want no smoke from Pretty Boy. None. Nada. He ain't want no smiggity smoke from Pretty Boy. You said my voice is so funny. I hope it tickles your fancy, Hannah. Thank you. That's a compliment. That's a compliment, Hannah. Walking to Coffee and Donuts for grown-ups, Hannah. Won't you subscribe to the channel? This is the best way to wake up and let the people know where you're from, Hannah. Hannah Hastings. Where you from, Hannah? Let us know where you're from. Saw that on my Black Box Price back in the day. Oh, yeah, they got that ish on. Man, what Marco do to him, Piro? Shoe polish? Hey, what you mean, shoe? What the? Ciroc, who's from Wisconsin, Ciroc? I was asking Hannah where she was from. He said, Wisconsin? VK, what you talking about shoe polish? We talking about throwback fights right here. She talking about shoe polish. And shoe polish for what? Who you calling shoe polish on? Oh, that's somebody's code name. I don't even want to know who code name is shoe polish. I'ma mind my business. We gonna keep on talking about throwback boxing. VK, don't start that stuff. We're talking boxing this morning. Would somebody give VK a slap on the hand? What's wrong with these people? No, you talking about laws, you talking about shoe polish. What you mean shoe polish? Yeah, he outclassed and retired the Prince. Prince not seen with all that nonsense, yo. I'm glad he put that thing on him. Straight down the pipe. Boop! You see how he was throwing it on him? Piro, he wasn't going for all that, you jumping around stuff, all that silly willy stuff. You know, Prince not seeing him in there moving around like he Jorge Paez, you know what I mean? I'm a sniper you. Straight down the pipe, sniper style, straight down the pipe, sniper style. He wasn't doing all that fancy, ugly boogly, trying to be the drunk master, Sweet Pea Whitaker, whoever the heck he thought he was. All right, y'all trying it this morning. Y'all going to stick to the script this morning. We're talking throwback boxing, not throwback panties and drawers of adventures, okay? So y'all keep y'all hot behinds over there. A poor version of Roy? Who was a poor version of Roy? Ciroc? Talking about Prince not seeing more his young protege Derek Gainer, because Derek Gainer was good, man. I hope you're not talking about Smoke Gainer like that. Hope you're not talking about the Smoke Gainer like that, man. Because Smoke was nice. Smoke was nice. The Smoke Gainer was nice. I don't know. Oh, you're not seeing? Yeah. I really didn't like him like that. So I really rooted against this man every time he got in the ring. I did not like Prince not seen. I'ma let y'all know. I was a fan of boxing, but I was not a fan of Prince not seen. This is probably one of the only guys in boxing that I never liked. Like a guy that I always wanted to see lose. I couldn't wait to see this dude lose, man. Oh, and I couldn't wait. I told y'all, I asked the boxing guys to send me the big payback. So when he got in there with Barrera, salute to my brother Opulent LD. Y'all make sure y'all saw to my brother Opulent LD. All right, man. And when he got in, I said, I'm gonna get y'all. I'm gonna get my money back. Yeah, I'm gonna get my money back. You know what I'm saying? And when he got in there with Marco Barrera, yeah, I got my money back from these jokers. Yeah, and I doubled up on them. Yeah, I doubled up on them because they was feeling super confident about Prince not seen flying on a fake behind carpet, thinking he's some daggone Aladdin. Yeah, and I give it to not seeing me. His walk to the ring was something else. Yeah, I give him that. That's the only thing I liked about the dude, because his ring walk was impeccable, man, the way he used to come into the ring and all that. Yeah, it was for Undisputed 2, pure. Well, we talking throwback fights. Tell today's fighters and the current fighters to get up on this like salt and pepper. Get up on what we talking about. Get in the ring. Really challenge yourself. Don't be taking those shortcuts. Don't be walking away. Don't take the quiet way. Walk down that way where you know all the smoke is at. Don't go around that way when you know the milk and cookie for rookies is around the corner. No, come this way. Come where the big boys is at. Come right down this street right here. A lot of them didn't want to do it. A lot of them don't want to do it today. That's why I'm like, well, how can you give today's fighters so much credit? They only as good as that opposition. All right? But yeah, Kevin Kelly was my guy. And also, since I'm talking about people jumping around and all that, I don't give a damn what y'all say. Jorge Paez, I was a fan of Jorge Paez. We talking Throwback Tuesday. Jorge Paez, you know the Mexican circus dude used to have the Batman cutting his hair. Jorge Paez was nice, and which gave us a lot of competitive fights. It was so, matchmaking was so simple back then, y'all. Okay? Matchmaking was so simple back then because you really was getting even fights, and you really was getting two men in the ring that was really coming in there to win. Well, nobody was coming to lay down at all. Okay? Yes, he was a killer, my man. Yes, he was. Jorge Paez, if y'all don't know boxing, you're gonna learn something today. Let her know, Puro. Let her know Srajay Dixon in the building. Smash the like button, y'all. The best way to wake up is to crush in your cup coffee and donuts for grown-ups. Yeah, let's get it. Yeah, it wasn't no duck masters back then, dog. They got in the ring to get it in. They fought. Matchmaking was so easy. We didn't have to do none of this stuff. Oh, when he gonna do this? Oh, when he gonna do that? He ducked this and ducked that. He making this excuse. He making that excuse. Wham. Give me a warm bottle of milk. I need this much money. I want that much money. I want this size glove. I want this color glove. I want a small size ring. I want a large ass ring. All this nut stuff. They just got in the ring and rumbled. All this stipulation stuff. And you mean to tell me that we need to be talking about the current boxers in the same sitting as the fighters of yesteryear? You need to watch your own mouth. You need to slap yourself in the mouth and stop the capping. We here to save boxing, and I would not let none of you fools continue to do that. How dare you stop putting this blasphemous on boxing if you're talking about yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, if you want to do that boy and girl talk, take that over there. I'll get you a small table with the colored chairs and you can have some milk and cookies. That's what you want. You want that milk and cookie stuff. We on grown folk talk over here when it comes to talking boxing. Do y'all understand me? And don't you ever get it twisted again. That's what we want, and we ain't getting it. That's why your fighters ain't packing it in. That's why you really don't know who really bringing, the bread and the butter to boxing. We don't know. Crush, you're definitely a hitting video game character. I wish somebody put me on because I could make me some dollars off of that. Where all the game developers at? I know y'all be listening to my crazy self. Yeah, get me on one of those games. Put me on GTA 7. Thank you, Vacay. I really be appreciate what y'all say about my voice, man. I really do. Him downstairs want the milk and cookies. Yeah, let them go down there, the little people under the stairs, yo. No, hey, Vacay, seriously, I've been hearing that for years. I'll give y'all something real quick. All right? I used to have a nickname. I told you, I get all sorts of nicknames and give out nicknames and all that stuff, right? Y'all hear my voice. Y'all hear how my voice is. I used to be called Cartoon Man. Y'all think I'm playing. I used to be called Cartoon Man. Huh? Yeah, I used to be called Cartoon Man because I used to be able to mimic cartoon character voices. I can't do that ish now. If you really pay attention to my voice, you be like, he look like, sound like he impersonates and all that. No, I used to, Woody Woodpecker, Fred Flintstone, all of them, I used to do their voices, yo. You know what? You get animated. I'm animation, man, without being animated, Siraj. I'm going to say it again. I'm animation without being animated. You know what I mean? I'm the opposite of Coleslaw Davis. Coleslaw Davis is animated. I am animation. There's a difference. There's a separation. There's levels to this, baby. You got me? He's animated. I'm animation. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't animated nothing. I am animation. I ain't real. I am reality. There's a difference between you and me. But we ain't talking about me right now. But I appreciate that, y'all. I've been wanting to try to do a voiceover. I really was trying to do it. Know what I mean? But they fronting on me. They don't want to let me through the door. They even want me try to, do certain stuff. That's to do voiceover. Don't try that other stuff on me. I'll cut you because it ain't going down like that. Thank you, VK, man, full of energy and all that. But yeah, talking about my man Jorge Paez. One of my favorite, most memorable fights by my man Jorge Paez. He was a killer and a thriller. Now I'm saying without the MJ video, he could have been in the MJ video too. He was a killer and a thriller, and one of my favorite fights. Oh man, him and Calvin Grove from Pennsylvania, man. Oh man. And Calvin Grove was nice. Calvin Grove was another promising guy. And man, when him and Jorge Paez fought, man, oh my goodness. I was ready to choke some daggone body because that's how they was getting that in, man. Woo! And I knew, I'm like, Paez is vicious, man. Jorge Paez was vicious. And the moment that it was announced that he's gonna fight Calvin Grove. And Calvin Grove was nice. If you know boxing, you know about Calvin Grove, he's fairly nice. And I'm like, damn, man, I really want, whatever these fighters want, I want what they want for them. And back then, matchmaking was so easy. Wasn't no problem with matchmaking at all. It was so smoothly done. And when it was announced that he was getting in there with Grove, I said, man, yeah, yes, he was an Olympian. I think he was a silver medalist, I think, if I can remember. I know you're right, Pierron. I think he wound up getting a silver. Yeah, but Calvin Grove was nice, man. But damn, him and Jorge Paez, classic fight. Can we get that? Can we get that in today's current action? Their faces was baptized with leather. Odds was different. Evenly matched. That's what I'm saying, C-Rock. Listen, everybody, if it's an ugly fight, everybody's going to look ugly, no matter who got more of the ugly end. Yeah, it wasn't we get in there, we fisticuffs, and you still all pretty. I know what y'all gonna say. Well, Ali never looked like he was in a fight. Ali did look like he been in fights at times. You ain't got to do that. It didn't change his handsomeness or nothing like that. No, you all knew they was in a fight. Something is gonna show on them that they was truly in a fight. J.A. Dixon said, MFers really wanted to fight back then. Nowadays, they want to argue online and flex, then brag when someone else beats. Yeah, that's corny. They didn't even do that. They didn't celebrate the person that lost, even if they wanted you. See, Rocket, man, you rumble, right? And you beat me, right? And Jay Dixon wanted to get at me. He ain't gonna celebrate you beating me. He gonna come and get at you. That's how they did it. They wasn't celebrating, yeah, man, you whipped his behind, man, yeah, man, you really kicked his butt, man, yeah, man, that was cool of you, man. Nope, and back then, they still would want you. They would want you, they would want the dude that beat you, and they still want you after you lost. See, that was a difference. They was daring to be great. They was daring to be great, and everything else, you can call them on the upside of words. On the upside of words, they was trying to be everything. It's a big difference, man. And I mean, excellent throw down fight, man. The fight could have been stopped just by too much bleeding on both ends. Today's boxing, you barely see these guys get their trunks dirty. In today's boxing, you barely see these guys get their cute little trunks all dirty. Now, back then, yeah, it's like if you're a mechanic, you're going to be looking greasy. You understand what I'm saying? If you're a mechanic, you're supposed to look greasy. Mr. Gumbo in the building. What's up, my guy? That's my man, Lando Calrissian right there. That's my man's right there, Mr. Gumbo. Man, you understand what I'm saying, y'all? Like, seriously. Crush the Jedi, that's not true about J.A. Dixon. He doesn't let you win your money back. Oh, I didn't say J.A. Dixon betted me on anything. They come Gumbo here. Why you think they call him Mr. Gumbo? He just don't know how to cook gumbo. He gonna start some gumbo. And you don't know what's happening, bro. Oh, man, this is truly exciting. I'm about to cam up in a second, though. All right. It's cold, man. You know, it's 30-something degrees here in Philadelphia. It's really cold. It's strange. Never had no cold spring days like this at all. And normally we get a lot of rain around this time. Normally we supposed to get a lot of rain. We get a lot of cold. Something ain't right. I'm feeling like Keith Sweat mindset. Something just ain't right. All right? Yeah, it's cold everywhere, bro. It's really cold. Here we go. Here we go. Because ain't done it for grown-ups, I'm fully awoke now. Well, I've been woke for hours. I got another throwback fight for you. Oh, man. This one is a good one, too. Eric Morales and my man Marco Barrera. How many of y'all remember that? And we know. Shout out to the Mexicans. They come to Rumble. But back in the day, everybody came to Rumble. No matter if you were Mexican, American, or whatever, they Rumble. But I'm going to tell you something. Eric Morales was something else, too. And Eric Morales and Marco Barrera gave us a nice little something to remember about both of these gentlemen. War on war. Getting straight at it. These guys set a paper trail for when you go back and watch these fights of these men, these warriors, no matter if you're familiar with them or you're just getting familiar with them. I guarantee you it's going to bring a happy tear to your eye because we miss it so much in today's boxing. We miss it so much. We talk about it so much, but we're not getting enough of it. That's why we got to reminisce. We can't even have a throwback fight with today's fighters. And back then, back in the 90s and stuff, we were still talking about those fights all through the rest of the year. In today's boxing, we'll talk about a good fight that just happened. We'll talk about for a second, and next thing you know, that fight would never be mentioned again. Which brings me to the question is, I look at where today's fighters at, right? Are they going to give us enough to whereas they really going to be the subject of throwback boxing talk? I don't think a lot of today's fighters will be a part of the conversation of throwback fighting once these years grow upon us and they now in the past. I don't think this generation of fighters, but they never gonna surpass the others. But I'm gonna just keep them where they at, where they're supposed to be, because we're not supposed to be comparing them to the yesteryears. We're not. Different everything. The energy is different. The man level is different. The warrior spirit is different. It's kind of watered down, and we don't have enough of that, of the men are all men in current boxing like we did in the yesteryear's boxing, the yesterday's boxing. It's just facts. Corrales versus Castile. This fight gets talked about since the fight happened. Chico Corrales and Castile, this is a throwback fight that constantly been talked about over the years. I can throw a number out there and the number wouldn't sound crazy. It only sound crazy to you if you don't think it's actual fact. And I heard people talk about the Corrales and Castile fight. No over-exaggerating. I probably heard people talk about that fight about 100 and something times. No bull crap. But this is what we want boxing to do for us as fans and future fans. younger fans. See, once the milk and cookies can move up to the coffee and donut side, see, they'll be ready then. They'll be ready, but they ain't ready yet. You know, you get there. You would definitely get there. You know what I mean? But yes, Corrales and Castile. Y'all see the highlights. You can find these highlights. Huh? And I mean, Diego Corrales, rest in power, Chico. Chico's one of my favorite warriors in boxing of all time. I didn't say one of the best, one of the greatest. I said one of my favorites. Because this man's heart was impeccable. This man's courage was unmatched. This is a man that is really do or die, homicide or suicide. He got in the ring. That was his approach every single time he got in the ring, no matter who was his opponent. It did not matter to Chico, which I think he don't get talked about enough. Chico, in my honest opinion, if he ain't, he should be a damn Hall of Famer. Chico Corrales deserves to be in the Hall of Fame if he's not. Just from being the warrior who he was, and he wasn't taking no shortcuts. This man was getting in there with shark after shark after shark after shark. He was getting in there with gorilla after gorilla after gorilla. This dude was getting in there with nothing but killers. So don't bring me this nonsense. Don't preach me no whack boxing sermon saying, man, you know, people don't take on hard fights like that. You're full of cat. You're full of cat. Maybe not. Yeah, today's fighters don't do that. You're correct about these little moist meter, marshmallow, soft generation fighters. You are correct about that. They definitely don't do it. But don't say it ain't never been done. Because I grew up on boxing when they was doing that. Killer after killer after killer after killer. Hitter after hitter, like guys that didn't punch heavy wasn't afraid to get in there with guys that punch. I'm gonna repeat that again. So the people way up in the bleachers in the nosebleed area, y'all can feel me when I say this. Men who wasn't punchers wasn't afraid to get in the ring with punchers. Can we say that about today's fighters? No. That's why it's called Throwback Tuesday, Throwback Fights, and today's fighters just ain't it. You get it? I don't care a damn what he was when he fought Floyd. He 40. God, I ain't coming at you, but it don't matter. They rumbled. Yes, yes, he was. That's what they don't talk about when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, but they want to be comparing these whack behind 2.0s, 3.0s, you know, all these Timu versions of Pretty Boy. Which one? Pretty Boy or Money May? Them dudes was getting busy. That's why we always like to bring up old fights and old fighters. Because today's fighters ain't enough of them giving us enough of that. Always been giving us that. Chico was that guy. Do or die. He didn't fear nothing. And this is the guy, man, you can knock Chico down 20 times. You can put Chico on his ass bag 20 times. Chico getting up. Like The Undertaker. It's like Chico had springs on his backside. Because he'd get right back up. Dazed and all. Equilibrium off and everything. You thinking you're about to big pun finish his behind. You think you're about to put the finishing move on this dude. To find out how you'll get And this dude get right back up and hit you with some, how you get you. Chico Corrales, thank you, Puro, man. That be Throwback Tuesday. Smash my like button, baby. We talking boxing this morning. How you like your coffee and donuts? They ain't talking about your milk and cookie, cause I'll give y'all something later. This is for grown folk boxing. This is reality talk boxing over here. Huh? Puro, exactly, man. Chico wanted to beat up his pops because his pops stopped the fight. Normally, you know, you want to beat up the referee. Normally, you want to get on a referee. Man, this man wanted his pops, who he highly respect and loved. Chico loved his father. They had a good father and son situation. But Chico he was truly one of those men. You have to cancel me in here. Chico Corrales really walked and talked that you really got to cancel me in here. If you don't cancel me, I'm going to cancel you. Yeah, man. Chico was nice, man. Chico was nice. No matter who he laced those gloves up against, he was coming for it, and Chico was kicking ass. Chico was jacking stuff up too now, y'all. Chico was smoking some stuff. Then there's some guys that didn't even get in there with Chico. They didn't get a chance to. I don't think they really wanted to, but they didn't get a chance to. So many greats in that time. That's why it's always good to go back and reminisce, man. Because we have more to reminisce about than what we have to talk about currently. So this is sad. It's not good for the business. Not good for the business of the sport. Yes. Got the hazelnut on steam, y'all, because the weather's crazy. Another one. I give y'all another guy that I used to love to see, man. I said Eric Morales. Eric Morales was nice too. I used to love watching those guys. Eric Morales was something else too. Josh Sanders, my Wildcat in the building. Salute to you. I'm gonna throw some names out there y'all thought most people wouldn't bring up, but you're gonna know who they are. I get y'all one, and I know y'all gonna know this dude, man. Man. The Beast Mugambi, John. Oh, there we go. We could talk about Casamayor, Joel Casamayor. I think that's, in my opinion, the best boxer, in my opinion, to come from the Cuba School of Boxing. I'm gonna say it again. In my opinion, Joel Casamayor is the best Cuban to represent the Cuban style of boxing out of professional Cubans. It's just my opinion. If you don't know, we can't blame you for it. But if you know, you know. If you don't know, now you know. Yes, Lara's up there with him. But like I said, to me, Joel Casamayor always been the best Cuban professional that I watch and that I seen. Yeah, Lara ain't no ring, but I have Casamayor number one. Joel was nice in this one fight I did not get. We wanted to see the pretty boy and Casamayor get it down for the crown. We didn't get it. Yes, Jesus Chavez. Come on, we talking boxing. Throwback Tuesday. Hey, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Y'all know what to do over here. We host this show together. You understand? You entertain me, I entertain. You entertain me, I entertain you. Huh? Jesus Chavez, man. What? Casamayor. Oh my God. Joel Casamayor, man. Woo, woo, woo. Casamayor had a couple good ones too. Oh, yes. Thank you, Josh Sanders. Yes. Look at him. I got their brains working. This my boy Arnie Boxing in the building. Salute to you. Yes, there we go. Hey, hold up. Now slow down. Y'all moving the way I want y'all to move. Smash the like button in this joint. If y'all don't know what we talking about, go look it up. Whatever they put in the chat, whatever I say, if you don't know, go look it up and thank every last one of us tomorrow on Wild Out Wednesday when we go on. You see what I'm saying? Man. Let me tell you something. I'm going back up. Wait. Yeah, they dropping. Hold up. I'm going to go back. Poison Ivy Junior Jones. Y'all keep throwing the names out there because I'm going to have to go back. But Poison Ivy Junior Jones. What was he known for, ladies and gentlemen? He was known as what? The Mexican Killer. Junior Jones was that guy, man. Oh. Yo! Junior Jones was that dude. Yeah, Casamayor. I love Casamayor, man. Y'all throwing him out there. But Casamayor and Robert Garcia was a banger, baby. Yeah, he beat Barrera in the upset. Yeah. You know what? At the upset Barrera, you know the Mexicans like somebody. We want to put somebody on his ass to get him out of here. Oh, wait. This little Poison Ivy, he's really being Poison Ivy because he keep beating everybody. And you know, y'all be sitting up here talking about, oh, that's all they fight is Mexicans. That's all they fight is those Mexicans. They supposed to fight the Mexicans and everything else. And you're gonna run across a bunch of Mexicans because a bunch of Mexicans fight. You knuckleheads, what do y'all be sounding like? Oh yeah, I was gonna get to Buddy McGirt too. You got to talk about Buddy McGirt. You got to talk about Buddy McGirt. It's Throwback Tuesday. Coffee and Donuts for grown-ups. We going down memory lane, people. We're talking about old school fighters, old school matches, throwback itch, because we ain't got too much to talk about in current boxing, and I'm tired of repeating myself. Yes, man, Poison Ivy Jones was slaying. He was slaying all the Mexicans, man. And once he beat Barrera, they said, man, we're going to put somebody on him to get this dude out of here. Because Poison was doing that. Poison was putting the Ivy on their behinds. Yes, he was. Too Short? Which one? Mike Too Short? You talking about Mike Too Short? Crush in the chat of the Cubans today, who would get further? Morel, Iglesias, Yolini. I think, yeah, Mark. Yeah, I said Mark. Yeah, I met Mark. Too Sharp was a problem. Yes, that's why I said Mark. You heard me say Mark. I said, what you talking about, Mark? So you know I was marking the spot, baby. What? Head to the years there. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Mark. Yeah. I think it's out of Morel, Iglesias. Yeah, I think it's Iglesias. Up to date irony, I think it's Iglesias. Yeah. I like Morel, but Morel got to get a little more active. He's not active enough, and we like David Morel, but he got to get a little more. He got to get more active. Yolini got to get some more in there, but I like those. They good Cubans. Yeah, he was that dude. Mark Too Sharp. Listen, Mark Too Sharp was a problem. Yes. See, you know, we do this over here, man. Smash the like button, man. This is called, you know, this is called Fair True Boxing Talk Radio. That's what this is called. The Fair True Boxing Talk Radio, right on Coffee and Donuts for grown-ups, baby. Throw it back like you're throwing back a shot. Reminisce. Oh man, listen, Too Sharp was kicking butt, man. Too Sharp was kicking butt. Oh, thanks, Iron. You know, you my guy, man. And you know, whenever we can link up, man, it's dope, man. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all give me this energy, man. I really like my energy being appreciated. You know what I mean? It's hard having this energy, you know? And especially when you're naturally like this. It's hard, and sometimes there's days where you feel as though it's not appreciated enough, and sometimes it may be appreciated more than what I think. But I appreciate every last one of y'all. The shadow dwellers, the people up there in the nosebleed, man, the new people that come through. Hey, I appreciate all y'all. And trust me, you come through. You ain't gonna waste your time. Trust me. I'm a showman. I know how to rock the stage, baby. So you ain't got to worry about it over here. And I really appreciate y'all. Honestly, I really do. Man, Terry Norris, there it is. Talk to me, J.A. Dixon. Man, Terry TNT Norris and Simon Brown, the Hawk. I mess with, oh, that got a story behind that. Oh, man, it's the story behind TNT Terry and my man, the Hawk. Now, remember, you know, Simon was going through some things. You know, he got injured one time, and, you know, some other things happened with Simon. So TNT was feeling as though that Simon Brown was, you know, he really trying to get away from me. He really don't want to rumble. And when they finally rumbled, what happened to TNT Norris? Oh, he was my guy. I cried when Terry Norris first lost, man. Or I ain't cry like that, but y'all know what I mean. Hey, Arnie, that's a good question. Time would tell. He has a good trainer. Now what we have to see would be Norman, because what I noticed in the Devin fight, is that I learned that he's strong, but he's only as strong as the weakness of his opponent. You know what I mean? I learned to find out he's not that durable of a guy. Like, his resistance ain't all that good. So he's going to need to work on his defense a lot, because his resistance is not that high. Because Dev is not a puncher at all. You know what I mean? But you feel everybody punch. But you know what I mean? So if Dev was able to do that to him, his resistance is not that good. It's not. You know what I mean? It's not that good. It's not. So he's going to have to be working on parrying, blocking, you know, little head moving, you know, doing all that. He better do something. And his power, his true punching power, that's something we're going to talk about for another day, because I'm going to do a show we're going to be talking about punching power. All right? I might make that tomorrow's Wild Out Wednesday. We normally do hip-hop on Wild Out Wednesday. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask y'all. Okay, so tomorrow's Hump Day Wednesday. All right? Hump Day Wednesday is really an audible day, but I call it the hip-hop day. So, what y'all want for Hump Day Wednesday? Let me know. What y'all want for Hump Day Wednesday, y'all? Let me know. You know, whatever y'all want, I'm going to give it to you the best way that I can. So, I need y'all to let me know for Hump Day Wednesday. What y'all want while we still talking this throwback? Uncle Kaz in the building. Oh, there he is, the etymology of boxing. Uncle Kaz, I know you love this subject, Uncle Kaz, and I think you're about to light this chat up. We talking throwback fighting, Uncle Kaz. So right now we just all over the place. We talk about those throwback fights from the 90s, and we can go back far. So we got names out there. We just talked about Mark Too Sharp Johnson. We talk about Casa Mayor. If you see the chat, you know where we at. Falling at any time, we talking throwback boxing, you know, classic fights from the 90s and things like that. And which is something we're not getting enough of enough of that in today's boxing. You know what I mean? Hey, man, do I sound good to y'all? Do I sound good? Oh, yeah, let me know. Because listen, right? You know, I got to be professional. You know what I mean? Listen, I've been doing the show. I ain't only said one profane word. One profane word. Hey, give a Crush a 7. Can y'all give me a 7 in the chat for not saying a whole bunch of profane words? I told you I can do this. No, y'all ain't got to put a 7 in the chat for that. I'm messing with y'all. Man, what? Oh. Now, getting back. Thank you, J.A. Dixon. Getting back to, who were we talking about? That fight. We was just talking about it. What fight were we just talking about? Thank you, BC. Yeah, short memory term. Don't laugh at me. I smoke that stuff sometimes. I smoke that stuff sometimes. I'm really waiting for the store to open. Oh, yeah, we was talking about... Thank you, J.A. We was talking about, we talking about TNT Norris when he took on Simon Brown. Now, remember, that was a buildup because, remember, there was some technicalities that, that slowed down the fight for taking place. But, man, when they finally rumbled, I think every last one of us in here got that besides Onk. Man, and when they finally fought, I ain't gonna hold you, Simon Brown, man, Simon Brown kicked TNT butt. He said, need to mention another Ma Vida Loca. Who we got? Ricardo Lopez? And we could throw all of them out there, man. Ricardo Lopez? We could throw another Ma Vida Loca out there, Puro. I love boxing. Yeah, I love boxing. It happens sometimes, just not a lot. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Yeah. There you go, my guys. Salute TNT Strong, my TNT brother, Prize Fighter. Y'all check out Prize Fighter every Monday. He does his thing with Vacay, man. Y'all go over to Vacay and Prize show, man. My brother Prize be showing everybody love that he F's with. So if he show you love and come over to your channel, make sure you go check out my brother Prize Fighter over there with Vacay, or I'm gonna put you on a Vacay and stay in the hospital. Johnny Tapia, that Tap Man, Yo, Johnny Tapia, rest in peace, Johnny Tapia. Yo, one of my favorites. Listen, Prize, I meant what I said too, Prize. I mean what I say. I say what I mean. Don't make me put on the Michael Jackson glove and get mean. Yeah, I don't need to put on no glove that had glitter on my hand. Johnny Tapia, come on, Arnie. We talking throwback fighting right here. Where y'all at? If you can't keep up, I'm going to get you a small cup with a little white beverage in there, and I'm going to give you a couple chocolate chip cookies and tell you going to take your butt right over there to the little table if you can't hang with the big boys. This is Coffee and Donuts for grown-ups, and sometimes our coffee ain't always coffee. Do you know what I mean? So if you ain't up to speed and you wet behind your boxing ears and you can't listen clear, here's a glass of milk and here's a big old chocolate chip soft chewy cookie. Go sit your butt down at the activity table, eat your cookie, drink your little milk, and do a little activity, color or something, until it's time for you to come back over here with the adults on Coffee and Donuts for grown-ups. You understand what I'm saying? Don't let me have to remind you again. Get in what you fit in from beginning to ending. You get the message that I'm sending, or she'll leave you bending about your way. Yeah, you see, I put words together like Letterman. Y'all keep on playing. I'm trying to learn y'all something, but y'all ain't catching up on it. Yeah, I'm trying to learn y'all something. I be saying little rhymes. Don't think I can't spill the skills. I get ill with them. Telling you, I used to be not just a master of ceremony. I used to be an EMCEE. I used to do that too. Yeah. I was so pissed when Colin and Morrell fell. Yeah, I was pissed off about that, yo. I was pissed off about that. And this is why today's fighters are not doing it for us. This is the reason why, you got fights being canceled, guys changing up their energy, they changing their minds on things. Yeah, definitely. And we need those type of fights to happen. So maybe somewhere in the future, y'all, we'll be talking about this on a Throwback Tuesday or on a Throwback Thursday. They not giving us enough throwback material, but you're running around saying that they skills in imperial. What do you mean? They're not giving us that. Fall back with that whack crack. Get in line, be exact on your attack, or you shall get slapped. Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. Feeling good, man. Beautiful people in here. We talking boxing, you know, it ain't none of that nonsense going on. Yeah, I don't want to hear all that. I ain't got time to be wiping no damn tears and changing your wet behind pull up. Grow up. Shoot. I need Ben Winneker to fight some daggone body with a pulse yesterday. Yes, irony. Now we getting to the part of the show where today's fighters ain't getting it. Y'all can switch it up whenever y'all want to. I like how we doing this because this is a two-subject show, you know? One another going too soon. One another one going too soon is the Viper. Forrest, yes, Vernon Forrest going too soon. I got the James Brown spirit. I love JB, man. Hey, I love the JBs, man. Listen, I'm a JB junkie. You hear me? I'm a JB junkie. Yo, I love the JBs. I'll tell you real quick. Listen, people, with all the awesome bands, musicians, with all the bands, Ash in the building, salute niece, grand rising to you. Cooking on some throwback talk. You know, we talking grown-up stuff over here, Ash. We ain't got no time to be talking trash. Listen, I tell you something. With all the great bands that's been assembled in all of lifetime and all of mankind, I'm honestly going to tell you, in my honest opinion, you don't have to agree with me, that JB's is the baddest band that ever been assembled. I mean, there's some great musicians out there. I'm not going to turn this into that. But, you know, say I love James Brown, I tell you. And when I used to, when I was dancing with 3 Times Dope, you know, you got your music you want to lock into, get focused on and stuff like that. I will always listen to James Brown before I got on stage. Always listen to James Brown. Before I go hit that stage, I go listen to James Brown. No matter what I was doing on the stage, because I did multiple things on stage. I just didn't dance. You know, I hosted concerts. I hosted shows. I was a public speaker. So even if I had to go give a speech, I would go listen to some James Brown. I love the JBs. Baddest band ever assembled, in my honest opinion, are all the great musicians that ever walked and still walk this earth. But we gonna get back to this boxing talk. Daggone it, Vernon the Forest, yes. Sugar Shane's number, yes he did. He had his number. He can call him free. He can call him collect. He can call him direct. He had his goddamn number. You hear me? He had Sugar Shane number and Ben had Shane number because he was spanking Shane's in the amateurs. So that was a guy that just Shane couldn't beat. And that's the best thing that Vernon Forrest gave us. What Shane Moses? There he is in the building, my brother, the old capo, BBO, my brother from another, aka Sombrero. There he is. There's my soul brother, one half of the angry white man, my brother William Old School. Watch out. Watch out. Angry white man is in the building, aka the not your average white boy. You know what I mean? But I F with the angry white man like I mess with the average white band. Do you understand? Yeah, I mess with the angry white man like I mess with the average white band, but guys ain't average. Man, follow them with Old School. We talking throwback boxing and everything, and what today's fighters is not giving us, you know, because the comparison has to be respectful. It's too much blasphemous and stuff like that. So we shooting out we shout out a bunch of old school fighters, matchups and anything. So fall in wherever you want to with the subject, William Old School. Throwback Tuesday, baby. Smash the like button. I love it. I love it. I love it. The best way to wake up. I'm going to stand on this. I stand on my brand. the best way to wake up. This is what you're going to get every freaking morning. You know what I mean? So, I'm trying to keep it clean because, my brother said, they messing with my algorithm because I'm harsh with the words, but I can still be hard with the words without saying hard like words. You know what I mean? You got to be a wordsmith. See, I ain't said a cuss word yet. And I'm still effective. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's when you know you're nice with it. You know what I mean? When you can just start throwing a jab without looking. You can throw a no-look jab. You know you're nice with it because you know where your jab is going to land at. Thank you, everybody, for helping me keep this professionalism going on. I really appreciate y'all. Yes, I do. Hey, Pure is good for me to be acting like this. I'm still wild. I just ain't cussing people out. I can cuss people out without using cuss words, too. Yeah, I see they messing with the algorithm a little bit, but they pushing me, Y'all want to be some help? Get those subscribers back up. Shit, as long as I've been on here, I done had 4 channels erased. I should have been at, with all my 4 channels with this one, should at least be at 5,000 subscribers by now. That's just real talk. I ain't crying about it. I'm just keeping it real about it. Because if you know. Some of y'all been with me long enough, so y'all know I done had multiple channels. And we know why most of my channels got shut down, but we gonna leave that alone. You ain't gonna let you get it this time. You ain't getting it this time. Alright? Y'all ain't getting it this time. You know what I mean? So, hopefully we get to 1,000. If not, I don't give a damn. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still gonna be me. I'm still Crush. Yeah, I'm the master of ceremonies on this joint. You hear me? I am the master of ceremonies on this joint. And that's just how I feel. I am the MC. Nobody can out-MC me. You understand that? Oh, yeah, Camp puts on a great show, man. Great work out here. It's a lot of great work out here on the YouTube streets. Shout out to Sports Talk Network, always putting out good work. BVO, D-Free, Tommy D, Prize Fighter, The Right Side, the whole STM putting out great work. Cam, Jag Queen, Two Sister, let's go on. Brother Dean, Greg Hackett. I'm shooting them out there. Everybody, y'all know who y'all are. I would do a honorable show one day when I'm just going to talk about all the content creators that I watch. I'm going to do a show like that. I'm going to do a content creator appreciation day where I'm going to cam on and my subject is not going to be about me at all. It's going to be about y'all. Okay? I think y'all deserve it. I think y'all highly worthy of it. And I think I'm one of the best on here to do that for everybody that deserve it. You understand? That's how it is. So I'm going to do appreciation day on the content creators that I F with. And I think that you should F with if you got any sense. So some of y'all know who y'all are. That's why y'all ain't got to ask about who I'm be talking about, because half of the content creators that I will be honoring is right here present this morning. Stay tuned, y'all. I'm going to do that for y'all. Oh, and look, I'm going to let y'all know now. There's going to be a show starting on Saturdays. It's still in the works. Cam, I talked to my brother Sin Ironheart yesterday. We had to talk, and we're going to do a show together one day a week. All right, so we're going to do it on Saturday. I talked to Sin Iron last night. Me and Sin Iron going to hook up and do a show every Saturday. So right now, we're in the building process. We trying to find a dope behind name, and we going to find a time that's cool for Saturday, and y'all can look forward. And y'all know, if me and Sin Iron crushing the sin, crush with anybody on here. But crush in the sin, oh man, look out. Look the F out. That's all I'm saying. Look out for it. Look out for it. I talked to the bro last night, and soon when I come with a dope name for our show, I'm going to let Bro know the topic in the time. You know what I mean? Yes. So stay tuned. That's coming, y'all. That is coming, and I promise you, baby, I stand on the brand. It's gonna be litty. It's gonna be litty. And I tell you what, moist meters is gonna go and sell, skyrocket off the shelves. This moist meters is going to be on a beam, baby. Crushing boxing sins. Oh, thank you, Cam J Network. Oh, hey, Cam. I love it. Listen, y'all. This is what I want everybody to do. My brother Cam just came with a freaking name for me and Sin Iron. And I like that. Crushing boxing sins. Woo! Hey, Cam. Now, since you came up with that name, hit Sin up. I know you got his number. Hit Sin up. Let Sin know that name. I'm going to call him later. But, oh, man. If y'all like that name for me and my man Sin Iron, Crushing Boxing Sins, put a 7 in the chat, man. I need a 7 in the chat for the CBS Crushing Boxing Sins, me and Sin Iron. Thank you, Cam J Network. Make sure you hit the bro up. Thank you. We doing this as you know, y'all TWT mother effers. Y'all the ones started me with this ish. It ain't stopping. I know where it all started from. I would never forget where I come from. Shout out to TWT. That's why I'm the crush. Man, y'all don't understand. Y'all just really don't understand. Oh, I like that CBS. Crushing Boxing Sins with Sin and with Sin Ironheart and Crush off. Listen, you know, I like to be a team player. The brother said, let's hook up. Well, we gonna hook up. Because I was trying to do a collabo with somebody, but, you know, that person disappeared off the face of the earth. I got to keep it moving. You know what I mean? Got to keep it moving. Yes. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. And y'all know what me and Sin going to do. Oh, my goodness. I don't think I'm going to be able to handle the turbulence. Look out, because we coming, y'all. We're coming. And we already active. We already setting a fire to this. We already setting a fire to it. Yeah, we shutting down everything. We're not playing around. I'm not playing around. We ain't playing around. We're not. And I still got to set up. And I'm supposed to have a co-host for hip-hop, too. That person know who it is. And we gonna link up and do something on that, but I really appreciate it. Throwback Tuesday, we talking throwback fighters. Today's fighters is gonna have to do something to get the honor and the true credit if they really want it. They gotta do what the other greats did, and they're not doing it. They're not doing it. They are not doing it. And like I said, I want to go back to the throwbacks real quick, man, because they was throwing them in there. I said Ricardo Lopez. Top 10 Latino fighters in boxing. Ricardo Lopez. We don't talk about him enough, huh? Ricardo Lopez was a beast. Yes, he was. But a fight that we didn't get. I wanted to see Yoel Casamayor and Pretty Boy. I wanted to see Casamayor versus Manny. We didn't see that. But they definitely was dope. Yeah, man, yo. What? See, classes, and we don't get serious in today's boxing. We don't get it. This is why it was hurting some of these guys, because when you look at it, right? When we look at boxing from the 90s and stuff like that, we got a lot of trilogies. We got a lot of sagas. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get 3 out of these guys. We got 2. Sometimes we got 3. Sometimes we got a little more than that. That's competitive spirit. That's a real challenging nature. You know what I mean? That's how it was. And this is why some of today's fighters, current fighters, their careers didn't pan out good. Like, look at Sean Porter. Sean Porter never had a rematch clause, never did a rematch, had a few fights that should have been rematches. No matter which end Sean Porter was on at the end of that fight, on the winning decision or on the losing decision. Always been a tough customer, very, very hard to beat. And he wouldn't get blown out the water. So there's a few fights like him and Keith Thurman. What happened to that? Keith Poo and Sean Porter, they both dropped the ball. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you the three the hard way on that while y'all keep dropping this throwback, right? Keith Poo, Sean Porter, and Danny Garcia. What do they have in common? They all three of these men fought each other. All three of these men, their fights were close. And they should have been rematches. We should have had Danny. We should have had Danny and Thurman too. We should have had Porter and Mick and freaking Garcia too. Those three guys should have got it down at least twice. Because that's how close they fights were. There go the young OG and the young wise one right there. What's up, Ja? That's my nickname for you, Ja. Young wise. Wise intelligent. You know wise intelligent for poor righteous teachers? That's what I'm going to call you, Ja. Yeah, I mean wise intelligent from poor righteous teachers. Because you got that knowledge. Got that knowledge, young fella. What's going on with you? We talking throwback fighting, man. And we talking about how current fighters most likely won't be giving us a lot of throwback talk. You know what I mean? Years later down the line like we getting now. Earl versus Brook and underrated Jim. Yes. Oh, that was a heck of a fight. Yes, that was a heck of a fight, man. The best fight out of those three, in my opinion, was Thurman versus Porter. Yes, and Ironheart and Irony. Listen, that's why it should have been a rematch. I still I'm still pissed off at Keith Poo and Sean Porter about that. I'm really pissed off about that, and I think everybody else should be pissed off about that, because that should have been a 3-part fight, because the fight was very close. Probably, I would be honest with you. In my opinion, Keith Pooh's best performances, to me, was when he fought Porter and Danny Garcia. In my opinion, that was Keith Pooh's best performance in the ring, in my opinion. Say, keep duck that smoke, no doubt, bro. I wanted to see that. Yeah, these dudes just wasn't with rematching. So I'm like, well, how much can we get these guys, and these guys don't want to rematch? When we know it should have been rematches because it was so much of an exciting fight. We wanted to see it again. So nice they had to spin around twice. You know, without the knockdown, Porter beat Spence. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to call it, I would say a draw. I'm going to say a draw. I'm going to need to go back and watch that again. But I think without the knockdown, I think it would have been a draw, in my opinion. But I could be falling a little short on my eye test with it. So, you know, no smoke over here, Unc. But, hey, I feel you, because a couple people felt that way, Unc. A couple people felt that way, that Porter would have beat Errol without the knockdown. I think I don't think so. I think it would have been a draw. I mean, because even with the knockdown, that should have been a draw. If Porter was ahead, and the only thing that separated the decision of who won this fight is a knockdown, then Porter wasn't up that much, because it should have been a draw. You understand what I'm saying? On Thursday, you doing it? Cool, I'll be there. Yeah, we only got once that we wanted. Yes, and that's sad, man. Keith Pooh and Sean Porter, and definitely Sean Porter. That's why some people think Sean Porter is an underachiever, because Sean Porter is a guy that should have been pressing for rematches. Because I think Sean Porter needed to do rematches more so than Keefe Pooh, anyone else, because his fights were that close. And some fights when people think he won, some of us disagree. And the reason why I disagree with the close fights that y'all say that he won, because one problem that Sean Porter had, that was his problem. What was Sean Porter's kryptonite? What was Sean Porter's weakest? What was his weakness? I'm going to tell you what it is. No, not knockout power. Sean Porter smothered a lot of his work. Sean Porter smothered a lot of work he could have been doing. Meaning Sean Porter could have been a little better than what he turned out to be. Because that was Sean Porter's problem. He smothered too much of his work. And that's why his ass needed to go back and spin the block a few times. One thing I'm pissed off about Sean Porter, he ducked with going back to try to snatch that belt back from Kell Brook. Yeah. One thing about Showtime Porter, he is Showtime. He's going to perform Showtime. But Sean Porter, some people think he could be a little better than what he was. And we talk about where he lacked at. You know, some people say, well, punching power. I said his overall problem that he used to smother his work. He's definitely a hard, very difficult opponent for anybody. Still a Mel fan, though. He on 154. This generation undisputed, bro. Yes. That's one thing. Listen, put some respect on Mel's name, yo. Put some respect on Mel's name. Yeah, Sean Porter is definitely a tough customer for anybody, and that's why Sean Porter should have had more confidence in himself. And like, I want to kick him and Kitty in their butts, because what was y'all doing? Why did you guys never do rematches? That part. What you think the reason why Sean Porter wasn't a fan of doing rematches? I'm going to see if somebody is thinking what I'm thinking, because there has to be a reason behind Sean Porter not wanting to do the rematches. You still think he would have put Bud in the dirt? Oh my gosh. And that's the thing about, my man Mel. And when we look at the state, like Uncle Cass said, when we look at the state of 154 and seeing who's in there, the only person I really see giving Mel a problem and Mel right, the only person that's going to be Mel problem is Jaron Ennis. Fundora wouldn't be a problem. I think Mel would get Fundora. Wouldn't say it'd be easy, but I think Mel would get Fundora. You know what I'm saying? Mel would get all those champions and the top guys. Jaron Ennis would be his only problem. He effing everything up. He effing up everything else. So I agree. Who gonna do something with him? Oh my God, and Matisse, listen. Lucas Matisse, man, once what's name broke Matisse, he was over. Who stopped the Matisse? Who stopped the Lucas Matisse train? Matisse train. Who? Danny Garcia parked that ass. Because after losing Danny Garcia, Matisse went downhill. Yeah, but he wasn't in there with his competitive nature. Yeah, because Matisse was that bull. Danny Garcia stop the Matisse train because Matisse was that bull. Now, now, what we talking about at? Yeah, because I'm going to tell you something. Y'all can say what you want. But some fighters, you know, they didn't fight a lot of the best guys. Thanks to Danny Garcia, because Danny Garcia was the one who broke Lucas Matisse. Because before then, Lucas Matisse was not to be tampered with. And that was actually an upset because Danny Garcia was not favored over Lucas Matisse. You know who could have fought Lucas Matisse before Danny Garcia? Anybody have an idea? Who could have beat Matisse before Danny Garcia? I'm playing a little game here right now. Let me see. Let me see somebody guess it. Danny a hot job. I'll go with that too. My grave. Danny was all right. Exactly. But I'm throwing a question out there, right? Before Matisse, who could have fought Matisse when Matisse was hot? Who could have fought Matisse before Danny Garcia? I'm still waiting to see if y'all can answer this real quick. We got another 20 minutes and we going up on out of here. Somebody said it right. No, not Thurman. There you go, J.A. Dixon, Bud, Terrence, Bud, Crawford. Not Showtime, not Thurman. Matisse was down at 40. Right? That was one of Danny Garcia's last good performances before he took his ass up to 147. There was a lot of smoke. Should I say this, ladies and gentlemen, without y'all getting y'all thongs all up in a bunch? Yeah. Mikey would have, but I was talking about one Pacific fighter, and that was Terrence Crawford, who did not beat all the top dudes at 140. These are facts. This is no hating. Ain't no escaping reality. I'm going to say it again. This is facts. This ain't no hating. Just saying, not escaping reality. Yeah, the John Molina fight was on fire. Mikey Garcia. There's some fighters that Terrence Crawford could have fought. Okay? Before he got to 147. Because he did not fight the creme of the creme at 40 or 35. This is facts. This is reality. I told y'all I'm reality. I don't talk what's real. This is real. We ain't talking about this. We talking about reality. That's what I talk. This is real. I'm reality. You're reality. We are reality. Telling y'all, getting out here, putting mascara on people's resumes, Maybelline on people's resumes, making it seem like they fought all the toughest, all the top guys. Nerd. Park it, baby. You're about to get a ticket. You getting a Caparoni ticket. You're getting a pickle pulling ticket. You're getting the cucumber choking ticket because you're kicking it with the bull crapper. I'm going to give people what they exactly deserve by what they showed me. I'm not looking over what the heck I'm seeing. I can't do it. I won't allow myself to be that way. I know what I'm seeing. And I ain't going to say, well, if it's green, I'm going to say it's brown. No, it's green as heck. And exactly, Irony. He don't have the names. That's why I'm saying, man, y'all, we get to this point. Oh, 30 opponents, 30 opponents. You can't even give me five legitimate. And it's not just with Bud Crawford, it's with most of these daggone dudes. These dudes got 25 or more fights, but you can't even give me 5 straight anything. This is the sad reality in the sport of boxing currently, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it is currently in the sport of boxing. Triple G got the same daggone problem too. Yes, you don't try to whisper in my ear some greatness. I know what greatness is. I've seen it way before any of these dudes. That's how I know what greatness is, because I've been saying it years before these dudes. Shit. I'm old enough to be most of these dudes' dad. Ain't that crazy? I'm still in my 50s, and I'm old enough to be these dudes' dad. So I know what the hell I seen way before these dudes. And it's a total difference. They ain't built the same, they ain't cut the same, they don't do the same. You know me, I like the Portaleras back, baby. I love the Portaleras back. That's what we do. It should have happened. A lot of guys' resume is better than Bud Crawford's. But a lot of accomplishments. I'm not talking about that software. I ain't talking about that hardware. I told you what boxing is about. I don't care about none of that. Yeah, of course, you old enough to be their grandfather. I'm old enough to be their father. I got damn near at least 20 years on them dudes. 17 to 20 years on these dudes. I'm old enough to be their daddy. So there's no way possible they showing me some stuff that I ain't never seen. You know how many years of boxing I watched before these dudes even started in the amateurs? Exactly. He fought a way better version. He fought the better version of Sean and Kell Brook. And see, this is the sad thing about 147. Here's the sad reality about 147. He only beat one guy at 47 that wasn't unbeaten. That was unbeaten. One. This ain't a Ghostface Killer. Just one. Huh? This ain't, like I said, this ain't Ghostface Killer. Just one. What? One unbeaten opponent at welterweight. And he wasn't even at his best version of himself. But answer me this. Why Bud Crawford did not keep his word and rematch Errol Spence? Before we get up on out of here, we got another 10 minutes. Before we get up on out of here, why didn't Bud Crawford stick to his word with giving Errol Spence the rematch? Don't give me that because he whipped his behind so bad. I don't want to hear that because y'all wanted to see a few of those. So don't give me the the way he beat Errol. Nobody want to see it. Huh? Not just that. Is another reason before that, though. Huh? I'm waiting to see somebody going read my mind. Because Mama wanted to see it again. They wanted to see it again. They would have made more money in the rematch. Don't tell me they wouldn't. Because nobody ever thought that, some people say they always had faith in Terrence Crawford doing Errol Spence the way that he did Errol Spence. Okay, cool. But don't say, no matter the outcome, I'm going to give you a rematch. Because if I knew I was going to go in there and whoop your ass so damn easy, I was going to beat your behind so easy, why would I agree to a rematch? You see, y'all pissing me off here. Y'all pissing me off right now. Huh? Why would you? I'm going to talk to one of y'all directly. One of y'all going to give me this damn answer without me giving it to y'all. Before we leave, I got another 8 minutes. One of you going to give me this answer before I close down for the day. All right? Now I'm going to repeat this again, and I'm going to see which one of you Jedis get the point. Arnie, I'm talking to you, right? I signed a contract to fight you, Arnie. I'm super confident, no matter what my condition is, that I'm going to whoop your behind. But with that, I also already agreed to rematch you. Listen to what I'm saying. If I'm going into a fight knowing what I'm going to do to you and pull it off, but because I knew that this was going to be a non-competitive fight already knew I was going to make it look non-competitive. So why would I agree to give you a damn rematch if I already knew I was going to whitewash you before fight night? I'm waiting for somebody to answer me. Yoda, give us the answer. Yoda ain't giving you nothing right now. Give me the answer. Y'all want me to tell y'all, yeah, y'all talking about everything else, which is cool. Keep running that. I get that. But forget the insurance policy. If I was that goddamn confident, Arnie, that means, you know what, Arnie, if I got you, right? Okay, I'm gonna let Unc answer this. Listen to this, Unc. Everybody else got sugar babies in their ears right now. Now, we understand how Bud did Errol, Unc, right? But here's my thing, Unc. Why did Bud Crawford breach the rematch agreement with Errol Spence? Why did he breach it? Now, before you answer that, right? If I'm going into a fight, I signed the fight, signed the contract, agreed to fight you. And I'm confident what happened to you that night, I'm confident I was going to do this to you. So why would I agree? Ain't no policy, nothing. If I'm sure of myself and I know for a fact how fight night is going to turn out, there shouldn't be no doubt. So why would I agree to rematch you for insurance when I know what I'm going to do to you? But then you don't rematch me. You already said you was going to smash me. Watch me. You already said I'm going to do this to him. I'm going to do that to him. I said all these things before I actually did it. Meaning that I believed in myself that I was going to do it. So if I was going to wash your behind, why would I agree to give you a rematch? But I already knew I was going to wash you up. I don't need no insurance if I'm already sure of myself that I'm going to wash you. But I still going to give you a rematch. But then I turn around and don't give you the rematch. What is the reason why you think Terence Crawford didn't keep his word and get Errol Spence the rematch? Huh? Ooh, y'all want me to tell y'all? I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm tired of dragging this joint like a slow song. The reason why this super confident Bud Crawford, who was over 1,000% sure that come fight night against Errol Spence, back then he was gonna wash him. If I know I'm gonna wash you, I ain't giving you no rematch, homie. Thank you. There it is, because he knew he was not going to be able to repeat that same performance, because he knew Errol Spence was not 100%. He knew it. He knew Errol wasn't 100%. He knew Errol wasn't at his best. He knew it, and y'all running around with the super Bud pickle pulling. And y'all, that's all y'all do is sit around. Yeah, Bud did this to Errol. Bud did that to Errol. Well, why Bud breached the goddamn contract? Because I know fighters, if they confident they can wash your ass once, they gonna wash you again. Ask Floyd Mayweather. If I'm confident that I can beat your ass once and I agree to beat you, I'm gonna beat your ass again. Y'all think he did not have the report on Errol Spence? We was hoping Errol Spence was gonna be 100% that night. That's why when we seen Errol in the why Errol look like he been smoking with Redman and Method Man? The man did not look right at all. I'm looking right at you. I know you ain't right. So I'm gonna run around and parade like I beat the best version of you when I can see I'm in the ring with you and your eyes is yellow as heck. You ain't never had no damn yellow looking eyes. So I already know there's something wrong with you. Easy kill, let's spill. Get on up out of here with this nonsense. They still owe you 80 mil. They still owe you $80. If I wash your behind once, I'm confident I'll beat your behind again. He did a hit and run. Yeah. That's the facts. Oh, he don't deserve to fight. Look what he did to him, but the man agreed to get the man a rematch. He was confident about the damn outcome. Y'all can do all this capping all you want. Y'all play around. Go sit down. at the activity table with the color books and a chocolate chip cookie and a glass of milk. Don't bring that over here to the adult table. Do you understand? Too much capping, pickle pulling. I told you, I'll pull the layers back on all these dudes. Yeah, y'all don't like when I strip search your favorite fighter. Y'all don't like that. Y'all don't like when the Crush strip search your favorite fighter. I strip search every damn fighter. Y'all don't like it. Cause y'all be capping, lying and stuff. Get up on out here with this Maybelline talk y'all be doing, man. Over-crediting people. People getting a little too much credit. Some people ain't getting enough credit. That's why. Because it wasn't no guarantee that the same messed up Earl was going to show up the second time around. Y'all give me this nonsense. I ain't hating. I'm just stating the facts. Like Bud Crawford. Heck of a talent, but that resume a little shaky, baby. A little shaky. This is true. Listen, y'all, I'm at the 2-hour mark. Told you I'm going to do 2 hours a day. I got some things to do. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Thank you, Unc. Listen, man, y'all beautiful, man. My coffee and donuts people, man. From here, I really appreciate y'all. I appreciate my shadow dwellers. Y'all know who y'all are. I salute y'all. I really appreciate y'all. All right? And I'm turning up. I'm turning up, ain't turning off. I'm going to do what your favorite fighter won't do. I'm going to give y'all what y'all want. That's why I ain't leave this ish. As much I'll be wanting to get away from it. Because, you know, all this, I could be doing something else. Because this is just free time. You know, people be like, how much money you make from that? And I had to tell the people, because they ain't like, you getting paid for that? I'm like, dog, I don't get paid. Appreciate the chat. Appreciate everybody. People hear me. They be like, yo, you be doing a podcast? You get paid? I'm like, no, I don't get nothing. They're like, oh, you ain't getting paid. I said, people don't give me nothing. And that's just it. I ain't going to cry with spilt milk. Now, I know my brand is worth you buying, but it is what it is. It is what it is, you know? But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get it another way this way. Yo, people, y'all don't have to give me a damn penny. Know what I mean? But I got to get some money off of this some sort of way. If I ain't going to get it directly from y'all, I know what to do. I know what to do. I'll ghostwrite, damn it. Yeah. Hey, but irony, man, this is my 5th channel, bro. So for many years I've been doing this shit for nothing. Got close to being monetized twice. Was very close, just like a couple numbers off. Then 3rd channel, halfway there. 4th channel, halfway there. It was like over 600. Double 2. Now I'm back at it again. Then I'm stuck in the 3s. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I'm just going to do this. Because I know one day, no matter how I'm going to get it, I'm going to get something for all this. Might get it all in one lump sum. I don't know. But hey, if somebody say you so good at it, you should be making money off it, I'm going to listen to them. But I keep it real. I could have been telling them, yeah, man, I make money off it. I don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. But see, it's the whole thing, right? I hear you. But you want to support, why you got to wait for MF to get monetized? You understand what I'm saying? Because once you get monetized, they getting a piece. So if anything, you want to You know, support the people before they start getting taxed. But it is what it is. If you choose not to give me nothing, y'all don't have to. Trust me. Because trust me, if I don't get $1 from this, I know what I'm doing. I would sell this goddamn channel and content. You understand what I'm saying? I'll straight go into ghost writing and ghost programming. Don't get it twisted. Huh? Did y'all hear what I just said? Do y'all hear what I just said? I can ghost program and ghost write because a lot of these content creators need it. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Either way, I'm doing me. You understand what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all. By y'all coming through every day, liking, sharing, subscribing. That's cool. That's dope. You know, and even when I see a lot of y'all get donations and all that, I don't get mad. I don't say, well, damn, he dropping something, well, I don't drop nothing for me. I don't do none of that ish. Cause just because everybody you're not gonna service everybody the same way all the time. It's just like that, people. It's reality. You know? It's reality. You know, or you know, when it's right for people, they decide to do whatever the situation may be. But just let it be known. Every time I come on, dog, they got a show called $1 Million Worth of Game. Well, if they give you $1 million worth of game, Crush give you $1 billion of entertainment and information, and I stand on that. This been another dope coffee and donuts for grown up. You milk and cookies, y'all will zip it up. Zip it up. Sports Talk Network, STN Strong. Shout out to everybody that come through every morning. Shout out to all the supporters, the new supporters, the old supporters, and the current supporters. Y'all keep on tuning into your boy. Man, I'm the most entertaining on this joint. I live by my brand. Shout out to Uncle Cass. Make sure y'all take your behind the etymology class at 2 p.m. Because some of y'all need to be going to class. Monday through Friday, checking out Uncle Cass at 2 p.m. Y'all really need to before you coming over here messing with me or anybody that's on the same level as I am. Y'all got to stop the foolery. Before you even start coming over here, you better go to class. Because you got a whole lot of catching up if you're going to come messing with me. You do. Now, I don't do my breakdowns or like everybody else do, but shit, I know this motherfucking sport. Been studying it, not watching it. Been studying it since making freaking goddamn kindergarten get set. Go to class with some class with Uncle Cass. Shout out to my guy, Ani Boxing in the building. Uncle Cass, my bro, partner Cam J Network. You see what I'm saying? All up in the building. BBO, my brother. Prize Fighter in the building. D Free, Marky Dan, my STN clan. STN Strong without the spinach from start to finish. Don't you get yourself diminished messing with the menace. I got bars. Yo, y'all know I be sliding them little bars in there. Y'all better not be taking my bars and go write it down and put it in a little rhyme or something with y'all slick behind selves. Shout out to Jay Gibson. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo's sister, Quee in the building. Maria, have you seen her? Salute to Maria. Vacay with that voice, man. Vacay got the voice that make you melt like butter, even on the coldest day. All right? Who else he got in here? D3, of course. Puro, my guy. Always coming through, keeping it real. My Wildcat, Josh Sanders in the building. Y'all was trying to start that ish earlier, but I kept my control. I did not let y'all turn this into a freak show. Now, tomorrow's, Hump Day Wednesday. Y'all can wait until Freaky Friday. Y'all can wait till thank goodness it's Friday for all that freaky stuff, okay? Who else? Let me go back up, make sure I got everybody body cover. G Fizzle was in here, my brother TWT. G Fizzle was in the building. Don't overcomplicate life. I like that. Salute to Don't Overcomplicate Life. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Come back, family. Come back for more service and coffee donuts for good. Let me see, make sure I hit everybody. All right, I think I got everybody that was in the chickadee chat. For everybody else who was just, shadow dwelling, checking out the show, liking it on the low, disliking it on the low, I really appreciate y'all. It's 2:10, and it's time for me to end. Awesome conversation and dialogue with everybody about throwback fighting and fighting of today. I will be back tomorrow. Wild Out Wednesday, Hip Hop Wednesday, Music Wednesday, or whatever the case may be. But I think my brother Cam J will be going on around 10 o'clock. Cam, you going on this morning? If Cam should be coming on this morning. But hey, y'all just make sure y'all keep the notifications on. And once again, I really appreciate everybody who comes through today. That's right, brother Cam at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all go over to Cam J Network, where we make the megahertz work on Cam J Network. We put a hurt to the megahertz on Cam J Network. Right after 10 a.m. this morning, I am Yoda, Wise, Crush, the Jedi Master, Crush the Legend, the Master of Ceremony. Like Karos once said, who am I? The MC. 1, 2, 3, 4, top 5. Dead or alive. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the radio family. Appreciate STN Strong. Appreciate TWT and all the crusaders and truth seekers in the YTBC boxing community. And we out of here. Peace, y'all. Yeah.